Hello and welcome to another video in our grading series here on Loop Theme Park Adventures. In this series we look at 5 key sets of criteria that impact your theme park experience and give each of them a grade from A+ to F-, followed by an overall grade at the end. Today we're looking at Chessington World of Adventures, located just south of London in the UK. This is based on our visit on Wednesday the 8th of July 2020. Chessington World of Adventure is primarily a family-focused park, which is reflected in its ride lineup, which now only consists of one attraction with a 1.4 metre height limit, that being Rattlesnake, a Mara Rides wild mouse that was built in 1998. Everything else is suitable for guests of up to 1.2 metres, including what is highly regarded as the jewel in Chessington's crown, Vampire, an arrow suspended coaster which recently celebrated its 30th birthday. Vampire was renovated during the 2001 season by Vekoma, which included adding new suspended family coaster trains. To this day, it's still the attraction that most guests run to at Rope Drop. There are 2 other operational roller coasters on offer here too. Dragon's Fury, a Mara spinning coaster with a custom layout that throws out some decent forces, and in my opinion offers a far superior ride to its spinball equivalent at Alton Towers, and Scorpion, a Mack Rise mine train wrapped around a giant steel scorpion that features fire effects. Alongside the 4 roller coasters, there is the recently reworked log flume Tiger Rock, which features some stunning new theming and a beautiful station. Toon Blaster, which has also been updated for the 2020 season. This is a Mack laser gun dark ride themed, as the name suggests, to an ancient tomb containing mummies and monsters. There is also the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure, an indoor water ride formerly known as Professor Burp's Bubble Works. Cobra, a Zamperla Mega Disco, and Monkey Swinger, amongst many other family-focused attractions. Finally, you have Zafari, a truck ride which takes you through parts of Chessington Zoo and features its own storyline and soundtrack, and there is also a sea life centre on site which is included in the entry fee. Giving this a C grade, while there might not be a huge amount to get thrill seekers excited, there is a decent amount to do together as a family, and it's a perfect park for younger guests to experience their first roller coasters and slightly scarier attractions. Chessington work well within their limitations to provide new ride experiences, although this often requires the removal of older attractions to create space. Chessington feels like a park in transition, with many areas getting a revamp over the past decade, such as Wild Asia, Land of the Tiger, and new for 2020, the Rainforest. It's one of the few parks that on its day can do a great job of creating that feeling of theme park magic, which even I succumb to as a jaded adult. A big part of this is the Chessington theme music that blasts out of both entrances and makes you feel like you're entering a different world. The aforementioned areas do look really impressive. Wild Asia with its aged rockwork effect, Land of the Tiger continues the Asian theme but adds more colour, and the Rainforest, while small, adds a smattering of greenery to that side of the park. Parts of the zoo feel like they require attention, with some exhibits appearing quite small. However, Land of the Tiger suggests that Chessington do have a desire to create new, larger, more heavily themed enclosures for their animals, something I hope they will expand on in the coming years. Each section of the park feels distinctive and has its own character, and this I feel helps add to the magic and escapism that Chessington provides. This gets a B-. Chessington is a nice park to walk around. It's clean and it feels like there is a plan in place to keep each area fresh and updated, which combined with the various soundtracks you hear on your visit help to provide a sense of escapism. As with all other theme parks during this time, Chessington are running a limited service at present as they attempt to keep guests safe through social distancing measures, frequent ride cleaning, and by keeping groups separate on attractions. So you can expect to see capacity reduced on many rides, with some, including Cobra, not operating at all on our visit, and Tiger Rock didn't open until 1 PM. The popular attractions such as Vampire, Gruffalo, Dragon's Fury, and Tiger Rock all built up queues between 45 minutes to an hour, with the likes of Toon Blaster, Rattlesnake, and Scorpion fluctuating throughout the day. There are clear markings on the floor of every queue line to assist guests with social distancing, although these were not always adhered to, and hand sanitizer stations are located throughout the park. All guests are required to have their temperature checked on entry. Like other Merlin parks, paper maps are not currently available, and guests are encouraged instead to download the Chessington mobile app for directions and ride wait times. Throughout the day, we saw numerous members of staff walking through various sections of the park to check they were operating safely and that guests were following the guidelines. However, with it being a fairly rainy day, there were points where people would congregate together under sheltered areas. Grading this a B-. Everything was mostly fine. Some more experienced theme park goers may balk at waiting an hour for some of the attractions on offer, but I felt the majority of the ride staff were working as quickly and as safely as they could. I would say that I felt slightly safer at Thorpe Park, where the major rides often had large teams on hand to keep guests in order when they did wander a bit too close to other groups, but this is a fairly minor gripe. Chessington are currently offering a limited food offering due to the conditions, with many outlets, including our personal favourite, the Smokehouse, closed for the time being. We ate lunch at the pizza and pasta buffet, which has had to drastically change its customer offer, so instead of an unlimited buffet you receive table service consisting of one pizza, a small tub of pasta, a basic pre-made salad and a bottle of drink for the same price as you would usually pay for the all-you-can-eat option. While I appreciate the park have had to adjust, this didn't feel like particularly good value, and perhaps the price point could have been adjusted to reflect the change in options. Other available food options included the Donut Shack and Ben & Jerry's, as well as the Mexican Nacho Place. Unlike Thorpe Park, where guests are handed a leaflet on entry which advises of which dining options are available, there is no such information available at Chessington, so you have to check out each restaurant to see what's open. It would be good to see all Merlin parks take a consistent approach here. This gets a D-. A pretty underwhelming and overpriced lunch with limited other options available brings this grade down. The usually excellent Smokehouse was not available, so hopefully Chessington can work to safely open some of their other dining options to provide better value for guests. We booked tickets in advance and paid £34.50 each. If you book more than 5 days in advance, you can bring that down to £29.50. However, if you leave it until the day before your visit, you'll be paying as much as £48 for an adult and £44 for a child. With the park currently only operating from 10 AM till 4 PM, you really want to be booking in advance to get value for money. Annual passes start from £65 and include 20% off VIP animal experiences, and parking costs £4 if booked online. As with all other Merlin parks at present, due to operating at a limited capacity, pass holders are required to pre-book at the cost of £1. Children under 3 go free. Food and drink options are not at their best right now, and hopefully a wider selection will become available over time. During our visit, we only saw on-ride photos available on Vampire and Tiger Rock, with photo prices starting at £10 each. Considering the limited availability, I would not recommend buying a DigiPass at present. Fast track options were available at the park, however there doesn't seem to be an option to purchase these online in advance, although it's possible these are offered once you've added day tickets to your checkout. Merchandise is priced as you would expect at a theme park, with most clothing items broadly being in line with high street retail prices, and animal print face masks being sold for £6 each. The usual array of branded park merch is available, such as mugs, keyrings and soft toys. This gets a C grade. If you book far enough in advance, you can get a fairly good deal, and £4 for parking is very reasonable compared to other Merlin attractions. However, the operating times leave you just 6 hours to cram everything in, and that's assuming you arrive in time for rope drop. So I would hope to see closing time extended to at least 5 PM, if not 6 PM for the majority of the summer season. Overall, Chessington gets a C+. It's a solid family park, which unfortunately sometimes feels a little neglected by its Merlin overlords, with their other local attractions, namely Thorpe Park and Legoland, receiving the lion's share of investment. But Chessie do well to work with what they've got, and the rethemes of areas and updates to classic attractions help to keep the park fresh, while retaining the classic soundtrack helps provide that retro magical feeling that those of us of a certain age associate with a good theme park. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and get involved in the discussion in the comments below. If you'd like to follow our theme park adventures, then subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/looptpa and on Instagram @looptpa.